It's been a while since we last just sat down and talked because this semester has been crazy. So crazy that I almost forgot to film this video until I realized in my previous video I said that in my next video, which is this one, I was gonna give a life update. First, I figured I would tell you where I am this summer, what I'm doing, and how that's all been since my previous video, which was just a recap of the best semester of my life in college. And then I have a few like thoughts and things that I'm thinking about at this point in time because this is my summer before my senior year. My senior year at Cornell University, which blows my mind. Whether I like it or not, I have been thinking about post-grad plans, especially, you know, whether I want to stay in the States or go back home to the Philippines because I'm an international student. So let us go back to May, even late April. So around this time, I had actually still been planning to go back home for the summer. That's normally what I do as an international student. You know, in previous summers, my first year, sophomore year, I had spent it back home. I had never applied for internships in the States. I know that's very uncommon. Well, it's you know what, it's actually not that uncommon. It's just more common in like top schools where a lot of kids apply for internships, try to get like that dream job. But outside these institutions, it's actually very normal to just have a summer. Around that time, I learned that my flight got canceled. So I was going to look into new flights, but then the more I thought about it, the more I was actually like, wait, what if I don't buy a flight to get back? I don't know, I think to everybody around me, like my friends, my family, it was pretty clear that I was having the time of my life being back and that I was like truly living compared to past years where I was just like grinding. I was just very tunnel vision. So when I first pitched the idea to my family, they were like, nah. Like, you know, the usual response. Like, it wasn't really clear why I was gonna stay in the States, like, just to have a bomb time. Like, that wasn't a very valid reason. You know, it's a practical point of view, I get it. So for the next 2 to 3 weeks, I started scrambling for things to do in the summer to stay productive and find ways I could give back to the Cornell community, which is something I also feel very strongly because I'm gonna be an incoming senior. We are going to reopen fully next semester and basically introduce 2 classes, like class 2024 and class 2025, to Cornell for the first time. So I don't know about, like, I've talked about this with my other friends who are seniors, but it's like we feel this responsibility to really be there for these underclassmen, to show them what Cornell is like, to reintroduce them to the university experience and just feel like they have that support, because that's really the best thing we can do for each other after the pandemic. So miraculously, and I can't take credit for this, but a lot of things just started lining up in terms of summer opportunities for me. I am so grateful to God for this because no one could have orchestrated this except God. You know, like there's no way I could have, because I was kind of like, man, that's exactly when I felt like I just let it go. I let go of the plans and I was like, let's see where this goes. Like, just trust God, and God pulled through. So what happened is, first thing is, this spring I started working at a student-run grocery store here at Cornell called Annabelle's Grocery that tries to tackle food insecurity on campus. So we are a nonprofit that gets a lot of subsidies that allows us to price food lower so that groups that otherwise would struggle to access it, to pay for it, can hopefully access. I had just applied to join the leadership team next year in the fall, which worked out. I will be the operations coordinator next year for that. They were looking for interns over the summer to just help with the transition of leadership from, you know, the old to the new, and also just working on projects that we thought could help address or improve something about Annabelle's for the upcoming fall year. I also applied for that. I thought it was a perfect fit because I knew I was going to be working on it already next year, and that a lot of preparation was going to be needed if we were going to reopen the store in person fully, because this year, you know, we were online doing pickups. So I applied for that and also got it. Also got a grant to help provide a stipend compensation, so that was really great. So after I got that, I was like, yay, okay, there's something for me here. But also 2 other things came up. You guys may already know that on campus I'm part of a project team here at Cornell. It's a very specific extracurricular program. We get class credit for it too, but it's an engineering team, very multidisciplinary, where a lot of students just come together to build something. So there are teams that build robots, race cars, autonomous air and underwater vehicles. My team, Cornell Design Tech Initiative, works on web and mobile applications. So this spring I had already been working as a product manager for a product for some professors. Very excitingly, and literally this was like beyond my dreams. Like I would never have asked for something like this, but both of our clients really believed in the vision to the point that they offered compensation for us to work on it over the summer so that we could launch it in the fall. Like both of them offered to, and that was crazy because, you know, my like amazing team, by the way, like we were just so happy to have just found clients who were so supportive of the product, which can be rare to find. And also we were just having, you know, a good time learning a lot of new skills and working with each other. So the fact that like the bread and the bag just got added into this was like, thank you God. So now I had 3 student jobs that I was working on and that I was actually getting paid for. And this is a big change because in the past 2 summers I wasn't getting paid for a lot of the things I was doing. That was fine, you know, like the stuff I was doing was like non-profit, so of course it's chill. Also, a lot of the times people would just say, you know, just get experience, like build your portfolio, whatever. If you're an underclassman, like it's fine. It's no pressure if you're not getting internships or jobs. But it was still really cool for me to very serendipitously stumble across that because I wasn't actively seeking jobs. And that, I think I remember when all of this lined up, I just felt so affirmed and so encouraged that a lot of the skills and the things I guess I had practiced within my school extracurriculars, within summer projects I had done previously, were now being recognized and amounted to payment. You know, I think that's a very eye-opening moment to realize, like, dang, like you with your skills like deserve compensation, like society recognizes it. And I think I've come a long way in this because my mindset used to be like, oh no, like, you know, these are things I love doing, like I don't want to mix work and play and, you know, blah blah blah. But now it's like, actually, I also need to make a living. This is great. Okay, but for a brief time, I actually added a 4th thing because I started meeting a lot of friends who are in the pre-med community, but I knew a lot of them were doing research and a lot of them were just shadowing people at hospitals and doing different things like that. And so I was like, oh, why don't I try research? Because research is something that I have been considering since I came to college because a lot of my friends had been involved like since the get-go. And for me, I was like, well, what is research? I just didn't understand when I first came to university. So I was like, now in the summer is the only time I can do that because once the academic semester comes, like it'll be like too much will be going on. Tried out research in a very cool field. It's a very new and upcoming field, I would say, within human-computer interaction and global development. So it's a field called ICTD, Internet and Communication Technology for Development, and it's basically how to use tech for under-resourced communities. And that was so up my alley. Like that was also a realization I had this year, is like I want to use tech for social good. So to wrap up, those were the 4 things that I basically had in my rotation of things to do. And I know that sounds like crazy, like, Katie, you're definitely working so much, but literally that is my dream career, is something I'm realizing is I would love to manage different projects, different side hustles, part-time jobs, whatever you call it, and do it all remotely. So all these are work from home, and the beauty of that is I can, like, aside from the meetings that I have to go to, like I have full control over my schedule, and I value that so much. You look at, you know, news articles that talk about the upcoming trends of the future of work. A lot of them are like, our generation wants flexibility. They want ownership over their projects. They do not want to be confined to an office for 8 hours every day. You know, my heart has been so full this semester because I've been able to travel with friends, just go on road trips and just go out there and live life. I feel like I am living life. So I guess just to move on and summarize what I feel like this chapter of my life is like, I feel like it's being honest with myself about what I really want to do with my life. And also I feel like I have grown tremendously in my faith this year. Like hands down has been the biggest part of my life. Literally as I speak about, like I can feel just my heart just like bursting because of how much love I have found and how much like personal acceptance and like how I've healed a lot and like confronted a lot of things in my life through faith this year. And I feel like I've been asking a lot of like the big questions, like the deep questions, like what am I here on earth for? Like, what is my purpose? I'm now starting to really step into the things I feel like I was meant to with my life, and I feel like it has made my life all the more fulfilling. Oh my gosh, there's this really good quote that my sister sent me. It was like, if you can see your path laid out in front of you step by step, you know it's not your path. Your own path you make with every step you take. That's why it's your path. Let that sink in. Ever since I came to the States, I feel like I saw the paths that my friends were going on. I was like, that's mine. And I never stopped to think that, oh, your past 17, 18 years have looked so different from them. So how in the world did I expect to live out that path? You know, it's very clear that as a student here on a visa, I have different sets of cards I've been given. And look back at, you know, how I spent past summers and how I spent, like, even in high school, I have always been creating new things in the summers. Like, my YouTube channel started over the summer, and like the education nonprofit, and like a bunch of other like just small projects with like building web and mobile apps. Like, a lot of those have just led to so many great things in my life, and I feel like that creative energy, that spontaneity in a way is something I want to be in a constant in my life. You guys might need to hear this too, but take off any pressure you have to yourself to jump back into society. I think that was what I realized just a few days ago is, you know, when I heard my friends were already looking for jobs next year, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to do the same. So I like bought interview books, and then I started going on Handshake to like find job opportunities. And then I was like, this is not, we right now are in college, are in high school, are in education at such a different time compared to when other people, we are holding ourselves to the standards of other people who are not facing a pandemic, who are not facing the craziest year of their life with just so much being uprooted, so much being lost. Something is gained too, but I am not the same. And I cannot keep trying to ignore the fact that I am a changed person. I know that I have changed my approach to life, have changed some of my values because of the pandemic, and I think I need to honor that more instead of expecting that I can just jump back in to who I was before. So TLDR is like, I need to let go of previous dreams slash visions for my future that I had. I feel like we have the power to take more ownership of our lives because this past year has taught us what really matters. So I hope that leaves you with some encouragement to just continue trusting yourself, but also talking to friends you trust, family you trust, praying about it, and you know, whatever way you get your affirmations, your encouragement, I really just encourage you to lean into that this year. Remember, I think that as humans, like, we thrive so much more when we're in community, when we're in good company with people who can tell us things that maybe we don't see about our lives. Really just wish you the best. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any video requests, please just comment them down below. I think there's a lot we can talk about. Oh my gosh, sorry, I really forgot to mention this, which might have been like one of the biggest questions, but right now I am at Cornell. I'm spending the summer here at Cornell, and I am currently in my friend's apartment. So bless her, because my lease for my apartment ended in May. The next one doesn't start till August. So I was like, that was one thing I was worried about this year, was like, when I decided to stay this summer, I was like, wait, I don't have a place to stay at. Like, my lease isn't lining up. Thankfully, my best friend offered her place because she's out in LA. So I'm very grateful to be subletting from her right now. I love this community so much, and I don't want to leave it, but you know, there's still a year, so much can happen in a year, and I'm really just excited for senior year. So that is today's video. I hope that was chill. I hope we're all caught up. I really hope you're doing well, staying safe. If your countries are going through second, third, fourth, fifth waves of COVID, I am really sending you love, strength, prayers. If you want to keep in touch, I am on Instagram at AlohaKDX. Make sure to subscribe for more college vlogs and to join me in this final exciting year of my life. This, not my final year of life, my golly, just my final year in college. Yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you for your support. Sending virtual hugs and kisses. Bye guys.